beloved people of the one true God, I would like to endorse and appeal to you this book, The Spirit of Prophecy, the great controversy between Christ and Satan, Volume 4. I don't know if you could see it because of the blur on the screen. 1884 edition or 1884 printing. This is the original book that Sister White would like the church to share and to let people know about the snares of Satan and his deceptions. It is the only 1884 great controversy that is called Volume 4. Now, why is this important? There are so many evidences in the writings of Sister White that she was instructed by the Lord to print as what she had written and was presented to him by Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. So she has to present the instruction as it was given to Sister Ellen G. White. Now, why is this very important? Because the controversy is also within the Seventh-day Adventist Church during the time, because it was realized that the 1888 and 1911 editions were pushed and published and were delivered or given to the world instead of the Volume 4, 1884. Spirit of Prophecy, great controversy between Christ and Satan. So this is significant, friends, because Sister White expressed her anguish, expressed her sadness that men in the Seventh-day Adventist Church with responsible positions were holding the 1884 Volume 4 Spirit of Prophecy, Great Controversy. And these men clearly disregard the instruction to get this book to the world. And that's why I came out today to endorse and appeal to you to get hold of this book, and this should be the missionary book in this final push, in this final conflict, to warn our brethren who are still in wandering in the system of Rome, Babylon, even among those who profess to be the remnants in the corporate Seventh-day Adventist Church. So I would like to awaken you that Sister White herself was dismayed that the 1884 Volume 4 was not given to the world, but instead revised and edited. And that Sister White gives these accounts in the article that was written by Arthur White. Sister White expressed how Satan attempted to take her life after she was given the visions of the 1858 and 1884 Great Controversy. But there is no such account given of the enemy's hatred toward the 1888 or 1911 books. For These books, 1888 and 1911, were not the true testimony of Jesus Christ. Let me read some of the highlights of what Arthur White wrote. As she contemplated her work on the manuscript for the book in June 1858, Mrs. White received light on her experience at the home of Brother Palmer, and of this she says, I was shown in vision that in the sudden attack at Jackson, Satan intended to take my life, says Sister White, in order to hinder the work I was about to write, but angels of God were sent to my rescue. This is the account of Sister Ellen G. White. Let me also read this portion here at the last paragraph. While at work on the copy for this volume at her Hillsburg home, she was stricken with severe illness and despaired of recovery. She earnestly requested to be taken to the camp meeting then in progress nearby, assuming that this was the last opportunity she would have to address the people. She asked to be aided as she attempted to stand and speak. Supporting herself at the speaker's stand, she began to bid the church farewell. Soon, the audience observed the blood coming to her cheeks and strength to her body. Her voice broke clear and loud. All observed the healing. With her health completely restored, she continued her work on the book, 1884, volume 4. Another attack of Satan to thwart the work was miraculously broken. So I'm sorry that I'm not able to show this to you because I don't know how to put these documents so that it will be clearer. So these are some of the documents that I received, proofs that Sister Ellen G. White wanted the 1884 volume 4 to be spread and shared to the people of the world. But the man who runs the General Conference revised and edited her writings, and they were not the true testimony of Jesus Christ. They were man's attempt to disregard the Lord's instructions. In her letter of appeal to the brethren, chapter 81, I will just read the excerpts at St. Helena, California, May 14, 1890. She's referring to the 1884 Great Controversy in 1890, not the 1888. Dear brethren, I have been deeply burdened in regard to the manner in which Volume 4, the Great Controversy, has been treated by our canvassers because it has so long been kept from the field. And then I'd like to read here some important notes. She has written many, but I'll just highlight the important ones. The Lord has set before me matters which are of urgent importance for the present time and which reach into the future. The words had been spoken in a charge to me, write in a book the things which thou hast seen and heard, and let it go to all people, for the time is at hand when past history will be repeated. I have been arose at 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning with this point forcibly impressed upon my mind as if spoken by the voice of God. I was shown that many of our own people were asleep in their sins And although they claim to be Christians, they would perish unless they are converted. Speaking about the importance of the 1884 volume 4. She also continued writing here. The warning and instruction of this book, volume 4, 1884, are needed by all who profess to believe the present truth, and the book is adopted to go also to the world, calling their attention to the solemn scenes just before us. Many have asked me if I was not getting rich by the sale of my books. Far from it. I invested about $3,000 in the new edition of Volume 4. I own the plates. It was agreed that I should receive 15 cents a copy of the books. Then the publishers represented to me how little the publishing houses made in handling the books. And I finally consented to accept 12.5 cents, being assured that they would throw their interest and energy into circulating the book, and that the large edition sold would bring me back all that I have invested and much more to help pay the expense of publishing other works, which were in preparation. But soon after I consented to take 12.5 cents, Bible readings came from the press, and it was decided to carry that book almost exclusively until the market was supplied. Thus, instead of giving Volume 4 an equal chance with Bible readings, the managers allowed it no place at all. These are just some of her anguish. Then the promise was given that last spring, the canvas for Volume 4 should be pushed as that for Bible readings had been. I believe that our brethren meant to do just as they said, but why did they not do it? I waited, but nothing has been done. Now, if the leading brethren give it as a hopeless task, I will wait no longer for them to turn the tide. I still believe that those who are working in the canvassing field will see their duty when the situation is fairly placed before them. So many anguishing statements from Sister Ellen G. White about her book, Great Controversy, 1884, Volume 4. Let me read to you here another paragraph. I have evidence that the Lord impresses the hearts of those who read what is written in Volume 4 concerning the scenes of thrilling interest, the things that are and that shall be. And if those who claim to believe the third angel's message would carefully and prayerfully read the important solemn truths that relate to this time, as presented in Volume 4, and would give heed to them, they would be led to search the scriptures more earnestly and prayerfully, and would better comprehend the Word of God and the trying scenes just before us. Wow. Here, I like to just read the true testimony, because there is a false testimony. The true testimony is the testimony of Jesus Christ. The false testimony is the testimony of man. But when you try to point people to the true testimony, for example, the 1884 Great Controversy, Spirit of Prophecy, Volume 4, Satan ingeniously convinces people that you are trying to unsettle the minds of God's remnant people. Here she said in the true testimony, Satan is so constantly pressing in the spurious to lead away from the truth. The very last deception of Satan will be to make of none effect the testimony of the Spirit of God. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 18. Satan will work ingeniously in different ways and through different agencies to unsettle the confidence of God's remnant people in the true testimony. I think this is letter 12, 18, 19. And so many other articles here, friends, that was sent to me, and I browsed through. And just to give you a summary of what I have discovered and what I was told as I read and as I search what happened, I came to a conclusion, friends, that the 1884 Volume 4 of the Spirit of Prophecy, Great Controversy, was indeed tempered, was indeed revised and edited by men like Prescott, Butler, and others. Friends, I would like you, if you have the means possible, I will share the link where you can access this copy, um, this paper bound, beautifully printed, The Great Controversy, if you can see it. Okay, I'm sorry for the blur. This is volume 4, 1884. This is a must for those who would like to know the snares of Satan and the deception that is coming, or that is here right now with us. I would like to endorse this book, Spirit of Prophecy, The Great Controversy, Volume 4, Between Christ and Satan, Volume 4. And I will put the link below so that you and your friends could access, and you can purchase, if you have means, as a donation to the ministry that I will direct you to. So I'm reading this. I have read the revised version. I'm reading it this now, the 1884 edition, and I'm just blown away by the clear message, plain presentation of Ellen G. White. The more I am drawn to the truth that our pioneers were indeed led by the Spirit of God, and that the later generations of Seventh-day Adventists, even after the death of Sister White, were hard at work to temper her books, to change and to present a different message. And that is the reason why the church adopted Trinity. The church adopted the system of Rome. So let me call those people who were given minds and hearts, who have been given ears and eyes to see and to hear, to please search. Seventh-day Adventist Church, the corporate organization, closely mirroring the Roman Catholic organizational system, and even the hospital systems, exactly the same. But the significant event is that the Roman Catholic Church had taken over the Adventist health system. They are the majority owners. So the Seventh-day Adventist Church was compromised, was corrupted, and is corrupted. And people who are loving the Lord, still serving the church, are being called out to be awakened. Read the original Spirit of Prophecy, The Great Controversy Between Christ and Satan, 1884, Volume 4. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Friends, thank you for your support. May God bless